Hi and welcome to bexbugoutsurvivor. Today we are going to have a look at this tiny little head torch. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be a supplement to the main illumination, but however I found it works just fine. It's this here. It's called the Flare. It's made by Black Diamond. Get my eyeballs on a minute and filter this water and see if I can have a quick slurp of coffee or tea. Right, into the pack and get a brew on. Yeah, I'm just going to have a quick brew while we talk about this. I'm going to let you know its lumens, how much it costs, why I think it probably would make a better supplementary backup rather than a main illumination. However, I found it adequate enough, but I'm going to let you decide once I give you all the facts. Just bought a little alcohol stove, and yes, I do have 300 mil. Not sure I've got 300 mil in it now, but I'll put that there and filter some water. So the importance of good illumination is somewhat paramount to me, but I did also want it to be lightweight. I wanted it to be compact, and that's exactly what I got with the Black Diamond Flare. Now, it's not new to the market or anything, but I've always wanted one, and now I have. Brew. So they're the reasons I wanted the Black Diamond Flare. It's lightweight and extremely compact. Okay, brought with me a little piece of leather instead of leather gloves, just to handle the handle, because it gets incredibly hot. Let me just get this brew together, we'll carry on. First, let's filter that water. It does need another clean out, this. It's not too bad. Got enough here for a quick slurp anyway. That's fine. Could do with stopping off at a shop to get some more liquid alcohol for the stove, but it doesn't take a lot. This little homemade Bex stove, which is probably one of the better homemade stoves I've ever made, even better than some of the ones you can get on the market. Okay, now that's lit. It doesn't require any bloom time at all. Get the water on that. No windshield. I will put a pot lid on. Now, during a recent experiment, I found for a faster boil, the lid makes absolutely no difference. What makes a huge difference is a windshield, even if it's not windy. Put my water filter away, fuel away anything I'm not using. So I have been looking at the Black Diamond Flare for quite a while, and I'm going to give you an honest review of it, including its downsides, which I think is important. Otherwise, all you'll get is a fanboy doing you a video on YouTube, and obviously with fanboys, pretty much everything that they buy is brilliant and works fantastic. No one will tell you the downsides, but here on bexbugoutsurvivor, not sponsored by the kit myself, I've got nothing to lose telling you something is good when it's not, so I tell you the truth, what I think about it. And that's what we're going to do today with the Flare, which is this little lamp here, and I will show it you working in the dark environment also. Low beam. high beam. So I can take it off my neck, and this is how I wear it all the time. It's pretty much never in the pack, it's always around my neck, and it does have a toddle lanyard here, so I can tighten it from around my neck and get a tight fitting onto my head. I'll just show you the little gadget here. Now the cord itself is a stretch cord. It has a reflective fleck in it. It's also very notchy on your thumbnail, so it really grips. So when you want to put it on your head, just pull some slack and fit it to your head. And this is what it looks like. These are the settings I have off. A red will be the first, then a flashing red, a white, and then a high beam, and then SOS. It runs on a couple of batteries, of which I have a couple of spares here. These are the 2032s. Now it can be pivoted, so against your head I can angle it down and up, which I didn't think this would do, but it does. So flat against your head, and I can angle it right down all the way past horizontal 90 degrees there, all the way 180 and further back to vertical 90. I think I can hear something bubbling away here. Won't be long before that's boiled. So there is the fitting. It's very easy. Where do I keep this? It's always around my neck, even in a sleeping bag. It's never got in the way. It doesn't choke me. Not even my big one does. But that's how I wear mine. There's that little piece of leather cloth. Pick up my brew. This is very, very efficient, this little stove. I put about 30mm in. It'll probably boil in titanium with 20mm, which is going to be a big difference for some people who like lightweight trekking. Ow, a silly thing to do. Let's bring that over here, finish off making my brew, let that burn out. This is what I used to use. It's Energizer, has 3 AAAs. I keep 3 AAAs on the headband. So that is my other power source, and as you can see, I just taped on the required amount of spare batteries, and I don't bury the batteries, by the way, down the bottom of the pack, so when it's dark I can't find the damn things. Maximum lumens are 40, so it's not a kind of a floodlight. What you're going to get is a very intermediate beam, so great for map reading, hence me keeping it here. Could I trek with it, night trek? I would like something a little bigger, and I've got one here, but maybe. It's not overly bad for its illumination. It's not overly brilliant either, but it's not what it's for. It's your secondary illumination for map reading and everything. Would I use it for trekking? Perhaps I could, but we had to find out. So always know before you buy. It's not going to be your main illumination source. It's going to be a backup or an auxiliary to your backup. But I think on them long summer nights where you're usually going to be tucked up in bed, and perhaps you just want a small light lamp, a bit of illumination, maybe to look at a map, plan out tomorrow's route, go for a wee in the middle of the night, your little flare is going to be adequate enough. The only thing I wouldn't perhaps use this for is for night trekking, so I might not use that, just because it doesn't have the lumens you may need. At 40 it's pretty dim. put it on a high beam, you can see your feet, you can see about a metre in front of you. Now its run time is 10 hours and 5 hours on low. So it hasn't got a massive battery reserve on it, but it should be adequate enough given the size of the spare batteries that you can have quite a large supply of spare batteries. The other alternative I used to use and no longer do, just because of this factor, are carrying spare batteries that are big and bulky, or even a damn power bank, which I need because I film what I do, but when I'm not filming what I do, that would be plenty. So it could be an auxiliary, but like I said, all I do is once I'm in camp, I tend not to walk about very much other than to go for a pee. The rest of my time is either in my bivvy or my tent or my hammock, and all I need is something on my head just for illumination. And while I'm listening to a podcast or watching a film on my MP4 or iPlayer, I haven't even got this on. So it does have a short run time really, and low illumination. Now they are the big two cons. If you can get past that, this is a bloody good torch. I like the fact that it goes onto red before white when you turn it on. So the first setting, it comes on red, so it's a low level of red. It'll flash next, but it's easy enough then to bring it up to its illumination there, and then a brighter illumination. So it doesn't start off on the bright, you've got to turn it on to bright, and then an SOS. Now watch this SOS. Now the 3 short flashes I think are out of sync on this. So as you can see, the sync rate for actual Morse code is a bit slow. Now some of my trek getting to somewhere like this is obviously road walking, and that's where that flashing red comes in a treat. Let's get it onto the flashing red. This I stretch out over my pack. This is on the back of my pack. Cars coming from behind can see that there is a pedestrian without a sidewalk, pavement, and I can be seen, and then the vehicle can change direction, slow down or take evasive action. Without that, he might not see you at all. So road walking in the dark, that is brilliant. I'd only bring in a bigger light source, probably winter, when I've got a longer period of time in the dark. They're your facts, and they're my opinions and suggestions. 21 UK pounds, shop around, you might get it cheaper. Takes two 2032 batteries, lifespan 10 hours and 5 hours depending on if you're on minimum, maximum. The benefit for me here is 27 grams, just 1 ounce. That's a game changer for me. It really is when you're doing ultralight camping. This is my ultralight pack, titanium, everything lightweight. The pack lightweight, content lightweight, stove lightweight. It fits in the treat. So opinion, it's not great, is it? Its lifespan, but then again, used as an auxiliary and used and demonstrated the way I've explained as a little red light flashing on the back of your pack if you're road walking is paramount. If you're only stationary and you're not walking about, this is more than fine. This is how I have it in my sleeping bag as well. Like I said before, it's just dangling there. It doesn't choke me, strangle me. Some people get paranoid when I say that. So given its pros and its cons, now I have it, how much out of 10 would I give it? I'm giving it a solid 7. It doesn't quite get to that 8 or the 9 because it has low lumens and a low lifespan. But for me, I can overcome them issues quite easily. Given the fact this is for summertime for me and I have a backup illumination there, it's climbing up to that 8, 9, just because I love how small and lightweight it is. It is really, really compact. On the end of my thumb there, as you can see, 27 grams, big bonus, big bonus. And because I'm not sponsored and nobody gives me kit, you can hit the super thanks underneath this video where you can donate the price of a coffee or 2, and that helps towards getting other kit to buy towards the channel. The whole channel is run on the kindness of strangers donating, rather than it being a channel that is predominantly successful because companies give them kit, and I am very dubious about them kind of channels because you don't know if you're going to get an honest appraisal or not. So that's my appraisal. Hit the super thanks, help the channel out a bit, and hopefully we'll get another 10 years out of this channel. Until next time, take care of yourself and I'll see you out there. Happy trails.